Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Our mission here at the garage, guys, is to save you as much money as we can. That's why we make these absolutely free videos. Let's go ahead and start on it now. Today we're going to show you how to remove and replace the alternator on Mercedes W163. Okay, this one is a 320, so it's 115 amp alternator. If it's the V8, usually they're 150, and it's supposed to be charging around 14 volts hour. Stay with us to see how bad that thing is. Inside we're not getting a warning light because in our case the alternator is overcharging, and we're going to show you why and how much. If it's not charging enough, you get the warning light and you know something is wrong. But with that high of a voltage, you can burn the ECU, the transmission computer, the cluster, all the electronics in your vehicle, and even set on fire if it's too high of a voltage. Okay, check this one out. It's going to hit almost 18, in some cases 18.5 if you rev the motor a little bit. So that's dangerous, guys. So stay with us to show you how to remove and replace the alternator now. Alright, so first, guys, what you need to do, you will need to unhook the battery before you proceed, because you need to make sure the positive and negative there out of there, and you need to remove the positive first and after that the negative. After that you need to pull the engine cover. You just grab it and pull it up. They come out, they have a few clips here and there holding it. Okay, and that's what we have right here. Then we will need to remove the airbox right here. So you have two that hold the map sensor right there. So you need to undo those, spring load it, okay, like that. And then you need to remove all the other ones as well. And it's just like a regular procedure to replace the air filter on the vehicle. And now you can pull the lid out, just like that. As you can see, that thing has a brand new air filter, so that's pretty good. And now the bottom one, you just pull it. It has a few clips holding it, so you need to pull up. They get stuck pretty good because it goes in rubber seals. You see, it's kind of like bushings here. Okay, I think there is 3 or 4, don't remember exactly how many. Now you need to move the hose out of the way and pull it out. Okay, it has 3 of them. And get that hose out of there, and as you can see now how much room we gained, and that's the alternator right there, guys. Okay, now we need to remove the belt, and right here where the tensioner is, underneath there is a special place where you can put a 17mm socket. We have that video, guys, on our channel, how to remove and replace the serpentine belt. So you need to get the 17mm socket and you need to pull up so it will be counterclockwise, and the belt will loosen and you can take it off, just like that. Okay. Okay, now we need to get as you can see, that socket, it's Torx E14. That's what it looks like. It's the reverse Torx. And there is 2 bolts that we need to remove. One right there on top. And make sure you have that socket, guys, because otherwise if you strip those, we've seen those in the past, people will try to take them with a regular socket and it doesn't work because they're pretty tight sometimes. And now there is one more on the bottom, hard to show you, but it's on the bottom side of the alternator. Right there you can see where the socket is. So we need to take these 2 bolts off all the way. They're pretty long bolts. Okay, the bottom bolt is about to come out, and you can see how long that thing is. So it's gonna take you a while to remove it. Okay, and as you can see, they even have a thread lock, so it's recommended to use thread lock when you install them so they don't get loose. Okay, and this one's coming out as well. So you need to move it a little bit, it gets stuck somewhere. Okay, and if you keep unscrewing, if it's stuck, you need to move the alternator up and down a little bit. They tend to be pretty tight fit there, but you'll be able to get it at one point. Okay, right there. Almost out of there. Same bolt, both of them should be the same length. as you can see, same size. And now those bushings are holding there pretty good, so be careful. We need to pry it a little bit, but don't pry on aluminum or wire. Just be gentle. Don't put too much pressure, because if you do, you might break something. And then you need to grab it and pull it like that, and it will come out. Okay, it came out of there now, and we have the wires on the back, guys, so you have to be careful now. There is one clip there, and one of them is even broken right there, as you can see. So we have a problem here. The wire is broken. Somebody tried to fix it and they did it the wrong way. And now we need to get a 12mm socket. So now we need to remove the big wire. That's the one that charges the battery. Okay, so with the 12mm socket, there is one nut that you need to remove. As you can see, that clip will be replacing it with a new one. You're supposed to press down right here and pull, but whoever did the repair last time didn't do it right. So that's a good thing sometimes, guys, to do it yourself. You never know at those shops who is going to do the repair, how qualified they are. And that's supposed to be the new alternator that they put, but it's not so good. We recommend going with the Mercedes alternators, because something like that could burn the electronics in your vehicle and you'll regret buying a cheaper one. Okay guys, so all we need to do now, just get the new one, and we already put it on. You need to connect the wire on the back and put the one with the 13mm nut, and all we need to do, just install the two bolts, get those really tight. You can put a little bit of thread lock if you have some handy. And stay with us, we're going to test it and see how it's charging now. Even though we have a used alternator from a parts car, you will need to install the serpentine belt. If you have troubles with doing that, we have the video on our channel, or you can find it in the description below. Okay guys, we're going to start it now and see what voltage we get now. It should be around 14 and a half. Okay, let's see what we get now. Okay, 14.25, which is perfect. So you can see how much difference, and that's healthy. Otherwise the battery can explode, overload the system, and even got the car on fire. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully guys the video was helpful. Please do not forget to comment, like, subscribe. That way we can keep making these absolutely free videos. Guys, we have more than 19,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can, guys, save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. Check them out. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.